Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. I know we're expecting a few more people, but I'm going to get started because we only have 28 minutes left here. I'm Melissa Keeney, the Director of Corporate Engagement and Impact for EarthShare North Carolina. And we have two wonderful speakers for today's Lunchtime Bites, which is the last Lunchtime Bites of the campaign season. Carolina Tiger Rescue and North Carolina Wildlife Federation. And for those who are just tuning in for the first Lunchtime Bites, this is a very brief 30-minute lunchtime webinar to learn about some of the member nonprofits in our coalition and ways to engage and support their work. So we are EarthShare North Carolina is a coalition of 23 North Carolina-based environmental nonprofits and over 70 national nonprofits, all working to make an impact on our air, water, wildlife, land, including farmland, creating equitable spaces and policies, and creating climate change solutions. This is actually our 30th year in operation, and we connect people to our work and support this work through employee giving campaigns and engagement programs. So most of you on this call are actually part of our corporate partner program, which is a way that we offer engagement programs to employees and companies. And also you have employee giving campaigns. Pretty sure everyone on this call has workplace giving campaigns to donate to different organizations through your workplace giving, through platforms like Benevity. So you can look us up there. Our EIN is at the bottom of the screen. And 100% of those donations go to our member nonprofits. You can either choose to donate to all or designate your donation to just one. And another way to support our work this year, as our 30th year, is our expansion fundraiser. So I'm actually going to drop that in the chat in just a moment. But you are welcome to support us financially or help spread the word, which is a great way to support this initiative. And these are the 23 North Carolina-based environmental nonprofits that we partner with. You can look up more information about them on our website and actually link out to their websites to learn more about their work. You can also watch the recordings of the other Lunchtime Bites, including this one, on our website. And our 2022 Impact Magazine is also on our website, earthsharenc.org/impact-magazine, where you can learn about their work, their impact statements, and stories from the past year. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Susan Cope first with the Carolina Tiger Rescue. And then after that, Susan will speak for about 8 minutes and we'll do a very quick Q&A. And then Mary Burrs will take over from North Carolina Wildlife Federation. We'll hold space for questions after the presentations. Feel free to put your questions in the chat. And I will read them aloud after the presentation, or feel free to come off mute when the presentation is finished. And I'm going to pass it over to you, Susan.
Great. Let me get my slideshow up. Yep, there we go. Hi, everybody. I'm Susan Kane-Cope. I am the Development Director at Carolina Tiger Rescue. And I hope that some of you guys have had an opportunity to come out and visit us. Carolina Tiger Rescue is a wildcat sanctuary, but recently we have rescued a few additional animals. We are home right now to 52 different animals of 12 different species, and some of our new species are the very endangered red wolf. There's only 20 red wolves right now in the wild, about 200 that are in captivity. We also have a New Guinea singing dog, a porcupine, a raccoon, as we work towards talking more about native species in addition to the wild species. But we are a global federation of animal sanctuaries, And what makes us an accredited sanctuary is that we are a nonprofit. We do not buy, sell, or trade any animals or their pieces and parts. We don't breed, so we never have any babies around here. And we do not allow the general public to have any contact with the animals. And on my slide here, you can see Roman and Raina lions, who are two of our residents. Also Mila tiger, who has her Predators Not Pets pumpkin from just the other day, and Rio bobcat, one of our newest rescues. The two things that Carolina Tiger Rescue does is that we rescue animals in need of a forever home, and we also provide education. So I wanted to talk really quickly about our rescue program. Shailah tiger is one of our newest tigers that we rescued. She looks really tall and cute in this picture, but she actually is right around 400 pounds. She actually came from the Tiger King Park in Thackerville, Oklahoma. And if anybody during the pandemic started watching Tiger King, you know all about Crazy Joe Exotic and the animals that he had in his possession. Back last year in the summer, there was 68 tigers that needed to be rescued, and we got 4 of them. The reason why they needed to be rescued was because the USDA, the U.S. Department of Justice, decided that they could no longer stay at the Tiger King Park because of numerous violations. There was lack of sufficient water, lack of sufficient nutrition, lack of veterinary care, no shelter, and they had different animals, different breeds of animals in the same enclosures, which was also causing some inappropriate breeding. So we actually were able to rescue 4 of the tigers, and just recently we've been able to talk about these animals and how they've been adapting, and really they're adapting great. Shailah is on tour now, and she really loves people and loves the attention that she's getting, and I'm sure that a lot of people also really love the fact that we have one of our Tiger King cats here. Our second area that we focus on is education, because we really feel that in order to not have wildcats in captivity, that we need to provide education to the general public. So we do have a lot of STEM programming. We offer educational tours and field trips. We have a very robust internship program, and we also offer summer camp. And right now we have 5 different camps. There are 6 different camps rather. We have 2 elementary age camps, 2 middle school camps, and believe it or not, we actually have enough high schoolers who want to come to camp out here and participate in what we call our leadership camp. The kids have a great time, but it's really all about educating people and providing them with the knowledge that they need so that they don't make the wrong choices in terms of what types of venues to visit to see these great animals in captivity. And so I'm sure everybody's wondering, well, great, how can I help tigers? And one of the most important things to understand is that the ideal home for all wildlife is in their native habitats. And if they can't live in their native habitats, then having an accredited sanctuary or zoological park is important. We ask that you not participate in pay-to-pet opportunities. Anytime you can hold an animal that's not in the best interest, an exotic animal that's not in the best interest of the animal. And also there's probably regulations about how long that animal can be in contact with the general public. And so there's a lot of turnover in the animals. And my question is, what happens to a lot of these tigers when they're actually pet by numerous people? When they're too old to be pet by the general public, then what happens to them? Well, they get sold into the pet trade, they get sold to roadside zoos, they get sold into the entertainment industry. And so those are all areas where animals are neglected or not well cared for. So we ask that you refrain from doing those. Also, there are certainly ways that you can help our captured animals' wild cousins, and that is by trying to keep their habitats pure and their habitats going by not purchasing palm oil or palm oil products. And then also refraining from purchasing, tiger parts or all different types of medicinal substances, particularly in the Oriental medicine area where they have tiger blood or tiger urine. So we ask that you not purchase those things. Another thing that you can do is just come out and visit us. And we do, like I said, offer tours, and we have a great website. And we have great work groups that people from Earthshare get to come out to during the corporate work group. So I hope that we have a chance to come out and visit you guys at some point in time, or you guys have a chance to come out and visit me. It's really strange talking on a Zoom call when nobody's talking back. But Melissa, that's all I've got. So if anybody has any questions, or we'll wait until after Mary presents and do questions, I guess.
Thanks so much, Susan. Yeah, we actually have a question for you in the chat from Jerry. How do animals behave when the weather gets cold in North Carolina?
Oh, great. Well, it really depends on the difference between our small animals like the caracals or the servals and bobcats, or the large tigers and lions. The lions and tigers do great. Their body acclimates appropriately, and they do fine. The smaller cats have a little bit harder time, and so we actually have little mini heaters in each of their den boxes. And then, of course, all the animals have straw and hay to keep their den boxes warm. But a lot of times the small cats, you'll see them, in the very back of their den boxes trying to stay warm, and the tigers are rolling in the snow. So they really love it. Good question, though. Thanks.
Thanks, Susan and Jerry. Anyone else have questions for Susan? Feel free to drop in the chat or come off mute. And if not, we can pass it over to Mary. Looks like no more questions in the chat. No one's coming off mute. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Susan. It's great to learn more about these tigers, and it seems like they're living a good life here, which is great to hear. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing with us. If anyone has more questions for Susan, oh, there is another question. Are there programs for volunteers? Great question.
Yeah, we actually have a pretty robust volunteer program. We have animal care volunteers, we have tour guide volunteers, and we have office assistant volunteers and site volunteers. We do work groups where if you want to bring a bunch of people from your office out together, we do work groups throughout the course of the year. And then, like I said, of course, we have the corporate work groups that we always do through Earthshare on Earth Day in April. So we do have lots of opportunities to volunteer. Some of them are a little bit more time intensive, and then others are kind of as you can come in. And then, of course, the work groups are kind of one and done. So if you wanted to just come out one time, then that's the easiest way to do it. I think I saw one more thing, are the office assistant tax. So we can do some of the office assistant tasks remotely, and that is helping out with some of our fundraisers and soliciting auction items for our events. But most of our administrative tasks are actually done in the office, but we can certainly talk with you to see what your interests are. We have a volunteer information form that is on our website, and so you can check that out. Our website is carolinatigerrescue.org. Thanks for the question. And no, it does not cost anything to bring work groups out. We do free programs. There's just limited times that you can come out, and if you go to our website, you can also find information about our corporate work group programs as well.
Just making sure I put the right website in the chat. That website is in the chat for anyone that wants to find out more.
That's right.
Yeah. Awesome. Great questions. Thanks for the questions, everyone. And thanks again, Susan. We are good on time. I'm going to pass it over to Mary so we stay good on time and don't go over. but yeah, please feel free to check out Carolina Tiger Rescue's website, reach out to them or Susan with more questions and ways to get involved.
Well, hi, I'm Mary Burrs with the North Carolina Wildlife Federation. Thank you for inviting me to come and share a little bit about the North Carolina Wildlife Federation, as well as the program that I direct, the Great Outdoors University. North Carolina Wildlife Federation is a nonprofit organization, and we were founded in 1945. We're dedicated to protecting, conserving, and restoring North Carolina wildlife and habitat. Conserving wildlife can include anything from elk restoration, deer management, red wolf education, marine fisheries, the pollinators with our butterfly highway program, migratory birds, osprey conservation program, the heron conservation program, and other species as well. With habitat conservation in North Carolina, you can start in your own backyard. We have a habitat certification program where you provide just simply food, water, shelter, and places to raise the young in your own backyards using primarily native plants and in a most sustainable way, avoiding pesticides and herbicides. And you can get it certified as one of the habitats in the Carolinas. So we can help to create connected corridors for wildlife. We also do native fish conservation areas, the national forests and refuges, North Carolina coasts and sounds, protection and access of public lands, and wildlife connectivity. Very active in conservation policy as well, to work on behalf of the species and places that have no voice. And we're always science-based and nonpartisan. It's important also to connect people to nature, to get them outside. And so we do that in part through our community wildlife chapters, which are statewide, and they're run by volunteers who do a variety of different tasks, whether it's creating habitats, restoring habitats, removing invasives, installing osprey nest platforms, or putting in artificial reefs with the oysters, and a variety of other projects. We also have a program called Academics Afield, which helps those aspiring hunters and anglers to learn how to do it safely and effectively. And of course, the Great Outdoors University program, which I'm going to go a little more in depth on. So the Great based experiential education program is designed to who have limited opportunities to explore the natural world. I'd ask why we have the Great Outdoors University. We call it Go You for short. So you might hear me reference Go You a lot. But kids spend, I don't know if you've heard of Richard Lou's book, Last Child in the Woods, or the Nature Deficit Disorder, but that's in part the reason why we started the program, because kids are spending over 7 hours a day in front of screens and only minutes in unstructured time outdoors, and it's affecting their overall health and well-being. Very well documented as well. So we break down the existing barriers in the greater Charlotte region, providing kids the chance to step into the magnificent outdoors and have fun learning in a living laboratory. It's filled with inspiration and wonderful surprises. We have over 20 curriculum options aligned with the standards, bringing STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math to life, igniting curiosity, excitement, and awe in ways that encourage them to continue learning and be environmental stewards. And we do this at no cost, obviously, to the participants or the partner organizations. It benefits the whole child, the mind, body, and spirit. Reduces stress, anger, and aggression, and improves relationship skills and team building. Increases physical activity and reduces the risk of obesity, which also reduces the risk of some of the childhood morbidities that are at increased rates at this point, including things like diabetes and hypertension or high blood pressure. boost performance in reading, writing, math, science, and social studies. It is exciting for the kids. It's exciting for us as well, because we get to see their light bulbs come on when they're making those connections with things they might have read about in school or heard about in school, but never had the chance to see firsthand. And when they do, they're just sort of like, oh, and it's like a light bulb comes on and they learned about it in the past, and now they truly understand it. And it's even more exciting to me when they come back the next time and they share everything they learned as if they're teaching us. It enhances creativity, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills, increases focus and attention. It's amazing the kids that'll come and they'll say, wow, it's so calm and soothing. It's so peaceful out here. They find that when they return to the classroom that they have better focus and are better able to pay attention. It increases enthusiasm for learning, and it provides greater engagement opportunities for the kids. More impulse control, and there's less disruptive behavior. And so generally they have a lot of fun, but surprisingly enough, while they're having this fun, they're learning and exploring and gaining a lot of new skills. Our goals are to empower the kids with an opportunity to discover and experience the joys, wonders, and many benefits of nature, which there are many. Inspire that curiosity about the natural world, foster a passion for continued learning. For a lot of kids, it's pretty scary. I mean, they're not used to going out and taking a walk in the woods. And so they have to get over some of those fears, those concerns, and the misinformation they may have about what they may encounter in the woods. But once they do, they're all in. They're hands-on, ready to explore, excited about everything they see, and eager to find more. So we encourage kids to embrace personal responsibility, teamwork, and master problem-solving abilities. And we do this through hands-on outdoor skills and mentoring with strong role models. They may install their own habitat at their club site or a vegetable garden, for example. It may be the first time they've figured out where their food comes from. We also promote physical fitness and mental well-being. We partner with a lot of organizations, and those partnerships are critically important because they help to, one, provide the kids to participate, but also they help to reduce the costs in certain circumstances. So instead of purchasing bikes, we partner with Trips for Kids, for example, and they provide the bikes for our bike and hike activities. Or Lada Nature Preserve provides the canoes at a reduced cost for us. So this is a sample list of some of our participant partners. It's certainly not inclusive, but it gives you an idea of some of the people that we work with, whether it's Boys and Girls Clubs, Freedom School Partners, Nest Academy, Girl Scouts, Right Moves for Youth, just a variety of different groups that serve kids. We also partner with destinations. So whether it be any of our local parks and nature preserves, state parks, as well as places like Lomax Farm and UNC Botanical Garden. So in summary, I'm going to share with you a brief video that pretty much summarizes everything that I just shared with you.
The average American boy or girl spends just 4 to 7 minutes in unstructured play outside each day and more than 7 hours a day in front of an electronic screen. The negative impact on their health, mind, body, and spirit is now well documented by recent scientific studies. That's why Great Outdoors University was created. GoU is a conservation-based education program designed by the National Wildlife Federation and North Carolina Wildlife Federation to bring life-changing experiences to kids 6 to 18 years of age who have limited opportunity to explore the natural world. GoU day trips give kids an opportunity to experience the many joys and wonders of nature. Mentoring with strong role models, kids are encouraged to make hands-on discoveries, be creative, learn new skills, and build their self-confidence. In natural settings, there are screens to explore, trees to climb, and open spaces where kids can create their own adventures and learn from them. Along the way, they learn the responsibility and importance of conserving the natural places they've enjoyed on such a personal level. Together, we can connect kids with nature.
And here's my contact information. If you have any, if you want to help us, you want to volunteer, Please feel free to reach out with any questions. We'd love your help at the Federation. We'd love to have you join our chapters. And you'll see my emails, mary@ncwf.org. For a lot more information, you can please visit our website, ncwf.org as well. And I also have my cell phone there. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mary. I just want to say that that program is also featured in our Impact magazine. It's a great program. I highly recommend digging more into the article that's linked in the Impact magazine for anyone that's interested. Does anyone have any questions for Mary before we close out? Let's see, Jamie asked, how do you work with the local chapters?
Well, if you're in the Charlotte region, it's if you go on our website and you look under what we do, you'll find our chapters listed, and you can just click on the chapter that you're closest to, whether it's in Charlotte, Matthews, Gastonia, wherever you might be, and then join the chapter. Go to their meetings. They have on virtual and in-person meetings oftentimes, and projects. So you can find all that information on our website.
Can I just ask my other question in person? So a couple of years ago, I was, well, maybe a year and a half, I was looking for partnership opportunities with TIAA and environment nonprofits. And I did come across your website, and that's where I learned that the local chapters, like in Charlotte, I think Concord has one. There's one maybe for Lake Norman. Either way, it didn't seem, and perhaps I read this the wrong way, but it didn't seem like there were, at the chapter level, big events that they could handle a lot of corporate volunteers at. Are there programs that that your level of organization runs throughout the state that would be able to handle more volunteers?
Well, the chapters do, we do host some family fun day events where there's plenty of room for volunteers. We also have our program where we collect trash and we plant lots of trees and habitat, and would love to have you join that as well. So if you want to send me your email, I'd be happy to give you some opportunities to participate in, with NCWF.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thanks.
We have one more question from Jerry in the chat. He asks, what's involved in getting certified as a wildlife habitat for businesses?
Okay, to get certified for that, again, you can go to our website and it'll be very spelled on there for you. But habitat certifications, you just need to provide those basic elements again: food, water, shelter, and places to raise young, using a lot of native plant materials and doing it as sustainably as possible. So minimizing any use of chemical sprays are the key components to getting certified. If you can't find it on our site, or if you need additional help, just if you would send me a quick email, mary@ncwf.org, and I'll send you the link and the information and the correct person to work with. Thanks.
Hey, Mary, this is Michael Jemison. I'm a member of the Concord Wildlife Alliance.
Hey, Michael.
And so I deal a lot with Tara, and I've never actually asked her this question, but maybe because you deal with so many of the kids there, we're always trying to get more kids involved in our events that we have, Kids in Nature Day and this, that, and the other. And it seems like you have a lot of kids involved. Can we connect to see if maybe there's another way we should be trying to reach out to the community since you have some connection? Absolutely.
I'd love to talk with you. I know we work with you on that Kids in Nature Day event. And I think a big piece of it's probably getting the word out, which is always a nice challenge, but we can certainly help you, and I can share some tips that have worked for other chapters to do that. So look forward to that, Michael.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful questions. And thanks for sharing that resource in the chat, Jerry. Definitely going to look into that myself. We are over time, but I do want to encourage you all to reach out to Mary, reach out to Susan, check out their websites to learn more about how to get involved. Sounds like we have some nice potential partnerships in the making or relationships from this, which is why we're here. So that's all exciting. Thanks for tuning in. You can also reach out to me at, put my email in the chat here, melissa@earthsharenc.org if you have any questions about our corporate partner program or our workplace giving campaigns or your workplace giving campaigns and how to support us and our member nonprofits through that. So feel free to reach out with any questions, and I'll stay on for another few minutes or so just in case you have any questions you want to talk to me about.
Thank you again.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone.